So he was sucking on your neck.
Here you go.
And then where else did he? Now, see, that's what I wanted to know. Where did the sucking stop?
Why are we doing this?
Because
I don't want this.
Okay,
go ahead and introduce what it is that we're talking about.
We're gonna be talking about sex. Okay, and the question is.
I could do without.
Wait a minute, Demir, I need to see your face.
No, why?
You come to me.
I'm talking to you.
Okay, yes.
But
Let's
you don't
talk.
have to see my face.
Yes, I
and
do.
don't scoot over either.
Yes,
Stay where you are. Stay on your mark.
Anyway.
I'm Demir here.
And I'm Eula. I'm her mother.
There we go. And this is Life is a Mother, the podcast exploring life through a mother-daughter perspective. It's a play on word. Life is a mother. It'll beat you up, but it's also something that'll teach you, and that's what mothers do. They teach you, you know, how to go through life. Right. All right. Welcome back to Life is a Mother. I am Demir Pierre.
And I am Eula, aka Mama P.
And I am a daughter.
And I am a mother, her mother.
The mother.
The mother. Oh, yes, I am.
So welcome back to this episode. Excited to have you guys here. If you haven't already, make sure you guys download, share, and subscribe this podcast. We are available on YouTube, Google Play, Spotify, Apple iTunes Player. Just search Life is a Mother and it'll pop right up. We have some really good episodes. If you are just tuning in, like, we done got some shout outs from Jada Pinkett and them.
Oh, yes, we did.
And the Red Table, all of that. So y'all might want to be a part of this as this thing blows up. Because I don't want y'all calling me talk about back then. I might have to change my number on y'all. So make sure you guys.
I'm not changing my number.
Oh, I might change my number.
I'm not changing
I might change my number. So make sure you guys download, share, and subscribe. And follow us. I'm on Instagram at ITSME_DDP.
And I'm on Facebook, Eula It Is Finished, as well as Instagram.
What's your Instagram?
Eula It Is Finished.
Oh, look at you. You done figured it out.
You know that's right.
That's
I did good today. Huh?
You did.
Okay, thank you.
You did. I am very proud of you.
Thank you. I love validation.
You got on your gold lips today?
Yes, I am.
All right, that's enough.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Anywho, what's going on? How are you? How have you been?
You know what?
What's tea, sis?
What's the tea, sis? The tea is, I'm getting there, Demir. I am doing good. I'm living my best life.
Oh, really?
Yes, I am really enjoying life. Being here with you, you know, just enjoying life. Got a good husband, kids doing well, you know.
Oh, living the dream.
Yeah, well.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it is.
Can I get $20?
I know you didn't answer.
I just wanted to see what you was going to say.
No. Oh, you did pay your debt, though.
I did. I paid my debts. I paid my debts.
You did good.
Anyway, so we have a pretty interesting episode that we're going to get into. But before we start, I see you got on the good old Kobe shirt. Yes. I went to the service.
How was it?
It was interesting. Mm-hmm. It was cool to be in the environment, but it was interesting. The one thing that I did notice is that nobody acknowledged his parents.
Why not?
I don't know. I think they had some tumultuous situation going on for years. I don't know if they ever reconciled, but nobody really acknowledged Kobe's parents at the memorial.
Oh,
the only person that did talk about his parents were Shaq, and he just kind of was like, "Oh, I'm sorry for your loss," type of thing. But
no one, his mom didn't speak. You know, I didn't watch the funeral or the memorial service because of the fact that it was sad, and I just didn't want to be in that space. And you know, that's a very sad situation, so I didn't want to do that. I had work to do, but I wanted to take this time to acknowledge Kobe's family, Vanessa, the children, and all the other people, you know, who died in that crash. But although I'm wearing the Lakers shirt and I am giving homage to Kobe, I am still a Clipper fan.
I ain't going to act like I've been a Clipper fan. I just decided to be a fan this season, so I don't know what's been going on, but yeah.
Yeah, so. Well, anyway, but my prayers and thoughts are with the family, and that's unfortunate that they didn't acknowledge the parents because he's been there, you know.
Without the parents, there would be no Kobe. So,
yeah, you know, so shout out to the parents and to let you know, I'm praying for you, and I hope that your family in this time of loss, you guys really come together and those grandkids get the love that they need. Mm-hmm. That's all I can say on that one.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But this is what we should talk about.
Let's talk.
We are getting kind of down to the nitty gritty with this whole political presidency thing
Do
that's
we really
kicking
want to
up.
go there?
I don't know if we want to go there or not because my views and your views are very different.
Yes.
I will say that it is time to kind of get some information about what's going on in the presidency because we're getting down to the nitty gritty. A lot of people are talking about how they don't want Trump anymore, but at the same breath, you know, we got to figure out the policy. So I would just implore people to be an informed voter because an informed voter is the best voter. Just don't vote because you feel like you're inclined to do it. An uninformed vote is probably just as worse as not voting at all. So that's just my perspective on it.
Have you gone out to vote yet?
Nah.
You know you only have until Tuesday.
What am I supposed to vote on?
See, that's how can you sit up here and say something like that and you don't even know what's going on?
I know. All I know is that I'm getting these people that's texting me about their candidates, and I've texted back like, take me off your list. I don't care. I just want people to stop calling my phone. That's all I want.
Well, I just want to let you know that I'm dropping my ballot in the box come tomorrow.
Oh.
Go out there and vote, make a difference.
When am I supposed to do this?
Before Tuesday, Demira, or by Tuesday.
All right. I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure it out. Anyway, so make sure you are an
people
voter.
died for us to vote.
I know,
and that's very important. So go make your voice heard. Make your vote count.
Anyway,
let's talk about the good stuff.
She's ready to get into it. If you haven't
Let's
already,
get down to the good stuff.
Make sure you guys go revisit some of the older episodes. We're just trying to get into the nitty gritty of what this show is and really have some interesting conversations.
Meaningful.
I'm very reserved about some of these subject matters that we're going to be diving into.
And
so
I'm a free spirit.
If I look very uncomfortable, it's because I am.
Okay.
And just bear with me. But we're going to do it for the people because that's what I'm about. I'm doing it for the people. So we can all make sure that we have some help.
We're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Since you're so excited, go ahead and introduce what it is that we're talking about.
We're going to be talking about sex. Okay. And the question is.
I can do without.
Wait a minute. Demir, I need to see your face.
No, why?
Listen to me.
I'm talking to you.
Okay. Yes. Let's
you don't
talk.
need to see my face.
Yes, I
and
do.
don't scoot over either.
Yes,
Stay where you are. Stay on your mark.
Anyway, when should moms, mothers, and daughters talk about sex? When do you think this conversation needs to be had with their parents, caregivers, or whatever? When do you think mothers and daughters need to talk about sex?
I don't know. Here's the thing. It's a lot going on. Stay where you are. Don't scoot over. Don't get any closer.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm for real. Like, I'm going to get upset. Like,
okay.
Stay where you are.
Okay.
Because we were having a good time.
Okay.
And now you're being extra.
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Okay. Go ahead.
It's a lot going on with sexuality. Obviously, the biggest thing that's in the news is about Dwayne Wade's son. Zaya, I believe he's being referred to now.
Well, let's talk about Dwayne Wade. I've been telling you.
We're not gonna do this.
Oh, okay.
That's some stuff we just can't. Okay. We can't be putting out.
I'm not surprised.
But the conversation that I'm leaning toward in regards to this idea of sexuality and being transitioned and things like that. Like, he's 12 years old, right? So obviously there's some conversations being had regarding sex, and I'm just more so like trying to figure out. So if he's making such a drastic change for his life, like, is anyone asking him about, his experiences in sex? Is he having sex at 12 years old? How does he even know what he's attracted to? But then you have other people who are on the opposite side that they're like, well, it's not about sexuality, it's about how he feels. So this leads into our question about, like, when is it appropriate to, talk to your kids about sex? I remember
What do you remember, Demir?
I remember the official conversation that we had about sex was the summer of me getting ready to go to 9th grade. I think you were saying, so I was sitting right here in the kitchen and you was in the kitchen.
Okay.
And you was like, oh, how do you feel about going to high school? And I was like, oh, it's going to be fine. Like, it's whatever.
Uh-huh.
And you was like, well, know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, this is a time where people are exploring and doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Yes.
And I just want to make sure that you know that it's okay if you want to talk to me about certain stuff.
I've always been open to you, Demir, about talking about these things. And what did you say to me?
I said, I'm good. It's nothing that you need to know.
Again. Go ahead.
And so I think that was the end of the conversation.
And I would always try to come in and engage you about this particular topic because this is a subject matter that we all need to talk about. I did talk to you about sex when you started your period.
I do remember that.
And prior to that, this has been a topic that I've always developed.
Maybe I just don't be trying to talk to you about it.
That's
I don't remember none
And
of this.
why is that? Why is this issue such an uncomfortable situation?
Your business.
What? I'm your mama.
But it's not like your business of like. I mean, if I'm a child, yes. If I'm a child, you should obviously have those conversations and put, parameters in place. But like as an adult, like I just feel like that's very intrusive. As much as you would want me to ask you about your sex life, I am
what
not.
You want to know?
I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know nothing.
I can teach.
To me, you the Virgin Mary.
Well, anyway, this is what I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
I think the older women is supposed to teach the younger women. And I think that's why it's a lot of things going on where people are experiencing sexual trauma, emotional trauma. I mean, we need to talk about these things. You need to talk to me, Demira.
No. I guess I don't know what it is that obviously, I have nothing to say. I think you more so should, have the most to say about it when you think it's appropriate for mothers and daughters to have those real conversations. Because for me, I think this is what I will say. I think the conversation that was unsaid but said it was a thing of like, if you're going to do that, then you should make a decision that honors yourself.
Right.
And I think that was kind of the judgment that I've gotten and I've taken into my adulthood is like, okay, well, I'm going to do something that honors myself. Like, I'm not going to be out here, just sleeping with a whole bunch of dudes
and also,
or whatever. Like, that was just the sentiment that I got from you.
And it's right. And you're right. And it was not just honor yourself, but also honor the God that you're claiming to serve. So we always had biblically based principles that we operated in life. And that was one of the things that I wanted you to take with you. And so honor yourself, honor the God that you serve, and make sure that you have a healthy life. And that's one of the things that we're not talking about as parents with our children. Having a healthy sex life. What does that mean? Now, I do know,
what does that mean to you?
Having a healthy sex life is being in a meaningful relationship.
What is a meaningful relationship?
And for me, it's a marital relationship.
Okay.
Because if I'm laying down with you and we're doing whatever it is that we're doing sexually, then for me, the ultimate is that you're putting a ring on it.
So what would you say to somebody who says, well, I don't necessarily see myself getting married?
That's them. I don't have no heaven or hell to put
No, I'm saying, but like, so if I was to tell, well, I think I've told you this before, like, I don't necessarily think that I see myself being married and, like, it just ain't something that I'm like leaning toward.
Well, I do know in our, in what we supposed to believe, marriage is honorable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's between you and God. Right. I don't have nothing to do with that. But anyway, my thing is just making sure that you're honoring yourself, honoring the other person, and being in a healthy relationship. Meaning that your sexual needs, your emotional needs, your financial needs, that person should be able to meet those needs. And if they can't, at least they're trying. And I'm into monogamy. I'm not into out there, doing what you're doing with all these other people. That can bring in a whole lot of other issues that I think that, relationships don't need. I'm down with monogamy. One man to one woman. One woman to one man.
At a time.
Well, anyway, go ahead.
Hold up, I'm about to curse because you didn't know way too much for me.
No, really. I understand.
Whoa.
That's not what I'm into. But go ahead.
I mean, if you are,
I'm not into that. I'm not into that. But some people are, and my thing is, I'm not down with that. But if you're into that, like I said, I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. That's on you. I'm concerned about me and mine, so I'm concerned about you. Remember you came with those monkey bites on your neck?
Oh my
God,
I forgot. I don't know how I forgot about this story.
How you gonna forget about
Go ahead, tell the story.
Because I
forgot
seen
about
her
that.
walk up in the house
that
with
was
monkey
so
bites.
embarrassing. It was okay. I'm gonna tell the story.
Okay.
So this is what happened. It was I was in college.
Talk about it.
And I was home for the Thanksgiving break, and my boyfriend at the time, like we were hanging out or whatever, and so he had put some hickeys on my neck, and so
Monkey bites. That's what we call it. Go ahead.
They don't call them that. This is hickeys. Like,
Oh well, that's what I call it. So he was sucking on your neck,
here you go.
and then where else did he? Now, see, that's what I wanted to know. Where did the sucking stop?
Why are we doing this?
Because
I don't want it. I don't want this.
Okay, well,
I just want
when things like that happen, parents need to have that conversation with their children.
Obviously.
And was it something?
Do you believe that something happened that night? Do you think I lied to you about it?
No, I don't think. I don't think that you lied.
I wasn't sure if you
just,
believed me or not.
No, yeah, I did believe you.
Okay.
But my thing is this. You know, was it something that you was a willing participant?
No, I was coerced.
Because it's
I'm lying. I wasn't coerced.
Because it's a lot of date rape going on. It's a lot of things going on. So I wanted to talk to you about it, and you remember you was.
So let me tell you what happened. So I came in the night before Thanksgiving, which was so stupid because it's like obviously she's gonna be up cooking. Whatever. And my mom, she can't see really well, so I'm like, she won't have her contacts. She ain't gonna be able to see me. So I came in the house.
Was that your rationale?
That was what I was thinking. Just dumb. I was dumb. It happens. What you gonna do?
So you was holding my visual impairment.
Yeah, I was.
That is, she thought you had a plan.
I did.
Got busted. Go ahead.
So I came in the house and like she was up cooking Thanksgiving dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to play it cool. Like, all right, well, if I try to run to the bedroom, she gonna know something up. So I'm sitting in the living room, talking like normal. But I'm thinking she can't really see what's on my neck. And I went to bed. So I left, went to bed or whatever. And so my plan was to put a spoon in the freezer. This sounds really stupid. Now so this is so dumb.
It's in retrospect. Go ahead.
So my plan was to put a spoon in the freezer. So in the morning I can put it on my neck. So you will
spoon it and make sure that you just.
Now I've never had. I don't know. This is what people told me to do. I ain't never did nothing like this before. So my plan was to put a spoon in the freezer, which I did. So I did that. So I was up all night, really going back and forth in between the freezer and trying to get this spoon. So anyway,
Demir, you brought anything that's on you. It's gonna show up. Go ahead.
I know. So Thanksgiving morning comes, and first of all, it ain't never been this hot on Thanksgiving. I think it was 90 degrees on Thanksgiving. Even to this day, Thanksgiving has not been this hot.
Oh, God,
so it was so hot this particular Thanksgiving, and I had this sweater that I like to wear, and it was like a sweater that zipped all the way up.
I remember.
And so I was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna put this sweater on. So we went to our Thanksgiving service, and I got this sweater on, and I'm like,
in the house
hot. I'm hot as hell in this sweater, y'all. Hot. And so somebody who I thought was a friend of mine, I'm like, yo, I had an interesting night. Can you help me? Can you, help me out? And at this time, I wasn't wearing makeup. And so she was like, yeah. And so I let her see. She's like, oh, that's really, really bad. So this person.
Because you was getting it in like that, he almost ate you up.
You just want to be ridiculous
no,
today.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm about to throw up. Please stop. So, anyway.
He was sucking it like that, Demir? Come on now. And you thought you was going to get away with that?
Can you act like you got some maturity?
Okay.
While I'm telling this story?
I do have some maturity.
No,
you tried to play me.
So anyway, so it was hot. She came in and she had her makeup caboodle. And she was supposed to hide it, but she didn't hide it. So anyway, whatever. My cover was blown, and so my mom was like, she was in my face, and she was like, well, what happened to your neck? And then she was like, did he penetrate you? And it was a whole thing, and it was a whole thing. And I was like, no, it didn't happen. She's like, I'm gonna go to the back seat and see if I see any DNA. So it was like, yeah, you said that to me. So it was like petrifying.
Oh my God.
This particular person wanted to come to Thanksgiving dinner with us, and I was like, yo, you cannot come to Thanksgiving. You can't come. Don't come. And he was like, no, I'm coming. And so that Thanksgiving,
I'm coming. That's what I wanted to know. That's what I wanted to know out there. That's what I wanted to know, Demir. I'm coming.
Goodbye.
Come on.
You really
finish telling the story.
So he came to Thanksgiving dinner.
I love this episode. Go ahead.
So he
Tell the story, Demira.
He came to Thanksgiving dinner.
Did he come
Stop.
to Thanksgiving dinner?
Stop
Okay.
being like this. This is a family program. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So anyway, so he came to Thanksgiving dinner.
Look, you the tirade.
Because I'm trying to figure out what to say. He came to Thanksgiving dinner. And he was all acting normal, like nothing was happening, and I'm like freaking out because now we're going to my godparents' house, their pastors, like it was the whole thing. So I'm like, don't come here, like anyway. So he's having a great time.
Woo!
I just remember being accosted upstairs, and everyone was like, "You don't let nobody do this to you," blah 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 blah. I didn't even eat dinner that year. I was just so like embarrassed. One, that I let somebody do that, and then two. I'm like, first of all,
but you never, what did you let them do?
It's not important.
Is this the truth hour?
It's not, and it's not even your turn.
Okay, let me, give me a pen so I can write it down.
So
that's
anyway,
the part of it.
That was my first experience of feeling shame around sex because one, they made me feel really, really bad about it. And then two, I wasn't the only person involved. And I was bearing the brunt of all of the responsibility of what happened. And so I was just like, I would never say anything to anybody else because that's not fair. And so that was how I felt about that situation.
That's why you shut down, and that's why you don't like talking to me about your intimate.
Right. Because
sorry.
so that's what happened there.
Yeah, I missed the mark on that one again.
Yeah, what you should have said was, "It's okay. Tell me what happened." Like it should have been a little bit.
No,
more
you know what?
nurturing.
I remember. Okay, wait a minute. Let me tell you why it wasn't nurturing.
Okay,
and
tell me why. I want to know.
Because you was trying to play me.
Yeah,
I remember, and I said, I know she not trying to play me when I tried to engage her in this conversation, and you gonna try to play me?
I did.
And so I think I was a little angry.
Oh, is that why you were mad? Because I was trying to lie about it?
Yeah, and it's like, Demira, I've always told you you can be open and honest. Do not go underground. I don't care what really happened. I think I was just a little angry that you didn't come and talk to me and you was trying to play me. Like I wouldn't see. Don't you know I know everything about you? You was going on a date. I know how you look from head to toe. And I was looking for anything that was abnormal. And then when I seen it and then you tried to play me, as of right now, I'm feeling those same feelings. Because you didn't trust me enough to talk to me and be honest with me. And that's what I'm saying. Kids need to be honest. Don't you know your parents didn't experience everything? Some things we would never tell you. But this is not our first rodeo. All we want you to do is be healthy and safe. And that's why when I was asking you about the penetration.
Look at you.
The penetration.
Stop being, you know what? I'm just going to let you do you because obviously you're not going to stop.
Okay, I'm not.
Can you act right?
No. Listen. So the penetration. That's why I was asking you. Did he penetrate you?
I feel sick.
And
like I'm about to throw up.
And
Please
was
stop.
it something that you agreed to or not? That was the most important thing for me.
Oh, now
and so that's why you have all these Me Too movements
and sex trafficking and all that.
Yes, and I never wanted you to go underground with nothing. Mm-hmm. I'm not one of those parents that wouldn't have believed you or whatever the case may be. My primary thing was to make sure that you were safe and that nothing had happened to you that you did not want to happen.
See, I'm glad we're having this conversation because to me, I didn't feel that. I felt like, I'm getting in trouble. It's just a lot of blame. And I think that in retrospect, had you came from that, I mean, what you did, I think you're...
Now, I wasn't the one up in the room.
No. Let me tell you, like, now that you're saying it, I think that what you were saying to me I didn't get that. I just felt like, I'm getting in trouble. This is really, really bad. But I think that what you meant was like, no, like, I want to know what happened because I want to make sure that you were in a protected situation. So I think the delivery, and I think this is where these conversations are important because how you deliver stuff and what you actually mean can get lost in translation.
Yes.
And so that's why I felt the way that I felt about it. And that's why I am the way I am now because I'm like,
well, I'm glad that
it ain't no way that I'm gonna feel like this as a grown woman. So I just will not say anything.
Well, I want you to be able to talk to me even as a grown woman, cause it's some things I can talk to you about.
I don't want.
It's some things I can,
girl,
give you some information on.
I'm sure.
And I just want you to be healthy. I want you to be safe. And I want you to, once again, honor yourself and honor the God that you serve. That's all.
No, I think that's a good note. And I think that I've been doing that for myself.
So did we get off topic? So
No, I
when
don't know if we
should
got off
moms
topic.
and daughters have the conversation
I don't think
about
it's a matter
sex?
of when. I think it's a matter of how.
It
That's
is a matter
what's
of when, because I think as early as in elementary school, you be having those crushes on, the girl and the young man on the monkey bars or whatever the case may be, and you start, that's my boyfriend, and you writing little notes. I think you can have developmentally appropriate conversations with children that's dealing with that appropriate sexual behavior that they may be experiencing in that during that time.
Mm-hmm.
So because one thing about it that I understand and I know, these little kids are talking about sex.
Oh.
These kids are being exposed to all kind of stuff on social media, in the home. So I think that we can have teachers need to have appropriate conversations with their students. So I think sex can be, that conversation about sex can be had early on.
I think when is a objective thing to determine. I mean, every parent knows their child and when is the right time. But going back to what I said as how, from a daughter perspective,
important.
I think how you have the conversation matters, because that could set the tone for anything else.
And I think you're right. And you do not want people to feel shame when you're having any kind of conversation with them. And you don't want them to feel judged.
Yeah, I think the best way to have this conversation is to make sure it's in a way that's safe and, people feel secure in having that conversation.
Can I apologize to you?
Dang, I'm 0 for 2 today. I'm getting all the apologies.
Yeah,
tell me
because
more.
that's
Go ahead.
something,
Yes, I'm
in
listening to your
this
apology.
journey, I want to make sure that it's noted. I apologize for making you feel shame as it relates to your experiences that you was having back in those days. And if you choose to open up to me now, I want you to know there's no judgment. And I want you to
because I be into some wild stuff. No, I'm just joking.
Because I heard you saying you like being lifted up.
I ain't never said that.
You said that. Remember when
You making stuff up.
No,
I ain't
remember
never
when
said
I put
that.
this
You
little
just be saying-
cushion on the chair?
Because I want to be lifted up to the seat.
And you didn't even catch it. And I said, oh yeah, you like being lifted up, don't you? Oh.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so how do you like it?
We're not doing this on this
No.
podcast. This is not that
I'm just
show,
playing.
ma'am.
I'm just playing. Okay.
But
I
if you
know
want to
you're
know,
uncomfortable.
slide in my DMs.
No.
'Cause I might let you know.
No.
No.
But I just want to let you know that I am here for you on a serious side. And that's something that mothers and daughters should be open to talk about, because it's just healthy. I mean, I'm your mother. I want you to trust me. I've learned some things in life. And I'm more than willing to talk to you about
Yeah,
this.
I see. You keep saying that. You keep reiterating how willing you are, and that's good. I'm glad that you are. And we'll revisit that in a later time.
But I want you to know that I do apologize for my ignorance. I apologize for my anger and not making you feel safe, not making you feel like you can come to me because you were shamed. That's horrible. And I kind of understand, because of the fact that my mom did me the same way. And so I can only imagine how that must have made you feel. And all I can do is apologize. She never apologized to me, but I'm apologizing to you from the depths of my heart. And I look forward to these conversations.
Apologize to me with a mastro steak.
Oh, please, girl.
I'm joking. No, I think that's a good space to leave. Because you just never know how to do these things. And
Right.
I think the one thing as a note, from a daughter perspective, in retrospect, your parents they only know what they know.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is why we are having this conversation, because we're trying to build from what we know and our experience and trying to turn this into something better than what it is for, if I do decide to have children later in life. But just start from a place of understanding. And I think that's where conversations like sex can start, is if you have a place of understanding. And I think the understanding that I had as a child or a teenager was that do make the decision that's going to honor yourself and honor God. And I think that was obviously the sentiment there. So, yeah. So kind of moving on into the best segment that you guys all enjoy thoroughly.
Wait a minute, but can I just say this?
What?
Sex is supposed to be something that you find pleasure in, okay? And in the right situation with the right circumstances, in my case, in a marital situation, it can be very blissful, very enjoyable, very pleasurable, amazing, and awesome. And that's what I want people to get from that. Get with the right person, get in the right situation, and let your love go. Bang, bang, bang.
Girl, enough already.
You look tired. You look worked over. I done worked over. I done worked you over. Okay.
Anyway, let's get on to
Demir.
I love you too.
Okay.
Let's get on to the honesty zone.
Okay.
This time it is my time to ask a question.
Okay.
And in the spirit of sex,
Okay. Talk to me,
I will
girl.
be asking a sex question.
Okay.
To my mother. This is very weird. I kind of don't want to do this.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
I have 2 minutes, right?
No, you have 60 seconds. So let me get the timer ready. And I'm gonna ask. Okay, so here's my question. When was the first time
I was a virgin when I met your daddy.
Wait, you have to wait.
Oh, okay.
Dang, when was the first time you
Okay.
had sex there?
With your daddy. I really didn't know what I was doing. And yeah, it was with your father. I was what, 20, 21? And yeah, I didn't know what I was doing.
So was I conceived from the first time?
Yep.
Dang, that's a cold way to go out.
That's a cold way. I was traumatized. But anyway, nevertheless, here you are, my Valentine baby. And yes, that was the truth. And it was a lot of shame that I had a lot of shame around my pregnancy. A lot of self-condemnation. And it was just a lot going on in that time and season. And unfortunately, my family and my mother, they were not supportive. But I had one person, well, 2 people.
All right.
Oh.
You've answered the question.
Okay, can I just say this?
Sure.
Because I had 2 people in my life. My best friend, Terry, and also I had my father. And he showed me unconditional love. And I remember he took me to Las Vegas and he said, please, whatever you do, keep this child. Because I don't know how long I don't know how long I have here. But that's my grandchild. And I love you and I love her, and people in your family and people in the world have done worse. You gonna get through this. And he was the voice of unconditional love for me, and I'll never forget that. He made me feel loved, and that's the love of a father. When you mess up, they're able to comfort you and bring life into you. So shout out to your granddaddy, James Jordan.
All right, well, there you have it. Another edition in the books of Life is a Mother.
Life is a mother.
It'll teach you something, but, it'll also love you and let you know that, hey,
Everything's
life
gonna
is
be
worth
all
living.
right.
So keep playing in the game of life, folks.
Okay.
Until next time, remember to download, share, and subscribe these podcasts. We are available on YouTube, Spotify, Google Play, Apple iTunes player. Just search Life is a Mother.
Yes.
We are around. We are there. And follow me on Instagram at ITSME_DDP.
And you can follow me on Facebook, Eula It Is Finished, as well as on Instagram. I love you. Mama P signing out saying,